going, everybody, and welcome back to the Clothesline podcast. I'm with you as always, Oren Traitman, and with me always as always,
Always.
Nofar. Yeah, Nofar Reddick. How are you? What's up?
I'm okay. How are you?
If there's a way to end WrestleMania week, is without a doubt with a very, very shitty layoff. Once again, it's Black Friday. Once again, WWE has announced a lot of departures. I'm saying departures because I don't know exactly the exact reasoning for most of these releases. It could be contracts ending. There could be literal firings. I don't want to say exactly what is what, if even due to the fact that I don't really know what. So I'll call it all departures. I think it's the right term to call it, but yeah, it sucks.
Yeah.
So this is basically the breaking news starting from last night, and we're gonna talk all about it. Also, we're gonna do our own sort of review of WrestleMania and Raw and SmackDown. We're gonna like do an overall review of what exactly happened since WrestleMania last week up until what happened on SmackDown last night. But we got to talk about these departures and the fact that WWE once again dropped the ball on some of these names. Let's start with developmental and then we move up from there.
Yeah.
Um, Luca Crucifino. I was rooting for the guy. I really thought he did a very good job as a consigliere to the whole D'Angelo mafia gimmick. But the moment they dropped the mafia gimmick, they didn't know exactly what to do with him. They turned him into this a party guy, something.
DJ party shtick. Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't really work out. So he's no longer part of WWE. He's out of Evolve, and I'm pretty sure this kid has a bright future. Let's see where he turns up to.
Yep.
We got Trill London. I haven't really seen him because I haven't been watching Evolve on a regular basis, but I heard he had a good potential. Also released. Chris Island. Again, a name I'm not familiar with, so I'm not
Chris
gonna.
Allen, it's from LFG.
LFG. Oh,
Yeah.
oh yeah. They also have Serena Linton. I've actually seen that name float around as someone that we should
Also,
watch out for.
LFG.
Yeah. She was also a name that was the people were saying you better watch out for her because she also has a bright future. Unfortunately, it wasn't meant to be. Malik Blade, that kid was in NXT for years. He was in a tandem with Idris Sanope, and then Idris requested his release about a year ago, and Malik was on. Was he on the sidelines? Was he wrestling?
I haven't saw him since.
I haven't seen him also. So unfortunately, he's also departed. Tyson and Tyreek, the tag team that was involved with Wesley, they were known as the what was the name of their
High
faction?
rise.
High Rise. Also, they've left the WWE. Again, all these kids, young talents, they have miles to go, but they have a lot of potential. And because the wrestling scene is booming right now, I'm pretty sure each and every one of them is going to find a good place to land. I'm pretty sure of
Let's
it.
hope. I think from all the lists that he just said, Luca specifically, I think that we'll keep an eye on this guy.
Yeah. We got Tyler May Steele, which is amazing because this is the second time they have released an Olympic gold medalist.
She
They
was
just
the
can't.
winner of the first season of LFG. But here's the thing, I'm not kind of surprised because they haven't used her. The only time they used her was that storyline with Ethan Page and Chelsea Green, if you remember that, with Tavian Heights. And that
And
was
she
it.
had a title match against Kendall Gray in her last night in Evolve.
Yeah, but it's
So,
still her gimmick wasn't that.
what exactly was her gimmick?
Oh, gold medal Olympic. That's it.
Well, I'm sure she's gonna bounce back. Maybe she'll give it another shot in a different organization. Maybe she'll decide to go on a different route. But hey, she's an Olympic gold medalist. She did her thing.
Yeah.
All right. Now we got the main roster names. Apollo Crews. Okay. I know it's gonna sound like I'm sounding shots at the guy, but here's my opinion on this. Apollo Crews has been in the WWE since 2015. He did his NXT debut in NXT Takeover Brooklyn in a match where Shawn Spears stole his spotlight. Now, Apollo Crews is athletic. Apollo Crews is very well balanced in the ring. The only problem is Apollo Crews never had a gimmick. He never had something that connects him with the fans. It could be his athleticism, but I guess it wasn't enough. And then the only time Apollo Crews was you might say no people noticed him and he even had a decent push. It's not when he was in Titus Worldwide, and it wasn't with his what is it, a psychic gimmick in NXT. It was when he was a Nigerian prince, and he won the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania 37. And the minute he lost that gimmick, it was back to obscurity. So I'm not surprised he's released. I think he's better off because if you're in this company for 10 years, even more, and you're not moving from your spot, maybe you should try your luck elsewhere.
Agree. It was underutilized from the beginning. Major potential, but they didn't bother using him. His biggest stage was against Big E in 37, and that was it.
Yeah,
So yeah.
I personally think that the gimmick works. I mean, people might say, "Come on, people, he's using a Nigerian accent. He's demeaning, he's degrading." What exactly is Obafemi doing right now? He's doing the exact same thing. He's doing a Nigerian accent, and it works for him. So
I
I don't
think
know.
it's a matter of confidence as well. I mean, the Nigerian gimmick was okay, but compared to Obafemi, he was lack of confidence. At least that's
Yeah,
what
but
I saw on TV.
the thing is, when he had the gimmick, it gave him a personality. His whole
Yeah,
character
obviously.
personality. So I think that is a very big piece of the puzzle that is missing because if you look at people that have great athleticism in the ring and great in-ring work, if you don't have personality, you're missing something. And the only guy that you might say can get some kind of a tribute to the fact that his in-ring work speaks for itself is Claudio Castagnoli. But besides him, I haven't come across one guy that was in a similar predicament, and you could say, well, he'll only advance through his in-ring work. He doesn't need a personality. So,
Sol Ruka example.
no, I think Sol Ruka's beginning to show her skills with her promos and her athleticism. Yeah,
Yeah, but slowly and surely, but still, it's kind of like a similar thing to Claudio.
I don't really
A little
see
bit.
that because I think first of all, Sol has better promo skills than Claudio. And it doesn't reflect on the language barrier. I mean, it doesn't. It's not the fact that Claudio does has a little bit of an accent. It's the fact that Soul feels a lot more comfortable day by day when she does promos, and then we can see it. We saw it through the whole Zarya storyline. Luckily, she's okay. I thought she died when
That
she
match though
threw.
was great. That was a great match, by the way.
Yeah, it was a great match, but the ending was very scary with the fact that Zarya just threw her through the table, and she was supposed to land through both of the tables. She landed through the first one, and her head hit the second one. I thought
Yeah,
she died. So,
yeah. It looked like a whiplash, but she's posted a photo like a few days later with stitches on her head.
luckily, she's
So
okay.
let's hope she's okay.
All right, so the best of luck to Apollo Cruz. Next up, Santos Escobar, and this is mind-boggling due to the fact that they brought him into AAA. He had a prominent storyline with Dr. Wagner Jr., a heel Dr. Wagner Jr., and then he got injured. He's on the reserves list right now. So they released him while he's
No,
still
but
injured?
here's the thing. After that match, that the Fatal 4-Way match at AAA, you saw he was a little off because of the bomb he took. But they said there were reports the day after that he was released, that he was fired. A day after, if you remember that.
I haven't encountered that report. All I know is that I saw reports of him being injured after the Fatal 4-Way from Rey de Reyes. He had I think a tricep tear or a rotator cuff, something like that, and he would be out for 9 months. So currently he is injured, and they released him while he's injured. Just
Yeah,
that's
but
just
that's not a gold move. It's not.
Just weird. So yeah. And the thing is, I was really interested in this storyline in AAA, and I really thought it had potential, but I guess they thought otherwise. All right, next up on the list. This is heartbreaking. Aleister Black and Zelina.
Yeah.
Aleister Black was back in WWE almost a year to the day last year, and then down the road, Zelina did the heel turn and joined up with him. Um, and here's where I put the finger of blame on creative, because when you look at some of these names, you think to yourself, how the hell could you not manage to do a proper storyline and build those people up to be prominent characters on SmackDown or Raw, whatever? It just it's really really irritating, because when you see fans talking about fantasy booking or what they would have done with, let's say, the White Six and all that, we sometimes come up with great storylines. And it seems like WWE's mindset is like, nope, we're just gonna do our thing and we're not gonna listen to anybody. And when you look at the bigger picture, who is responsible for these releases? Who ordered these releases, these departures, I might say. You could say Triple H. I've seen some reports saying that it was actually TKO, because they were looking at each talent and budget wise and contract wise, which I think it's I think it's a little bit of both. But here's the thing: if you sign one of these talents and you have no idea what the hell to do with them, don't sign him at all.
Agree.
You had so much potential with guys like Aleister Black, with people like Zelina, and it's a complete letdown. And we could just go on. We'll go on through the list, but still, Aleister and Zelina. What are your thoughts on this?
Uh, with Zelina, here's the thing. During her last few months as a wrestler, it wasn't quite there because she was really criticized about her botches, like for example the kick to Chelsea's green nose at Saturday Night's Main Event. So I think her role as a manager, like she had with Andrade in NXT, would have been so much greater for her. But with Aleister Black, do you know what was the original plan for Randy and Cody's storyline?
Yeah, I heard about it, but let's hear you out. Tell us.
The man that originally was supposed to talk to Randy Orton on the phone was Aleister Black. And then TKO got involved, and they just put Pat McAfee instead. For what purpose? Nothing. And it's like, you finally given him a decent storyline, and then you blow it. And they're like, okay, let's release you instead. And yeah, they signed him back like 1 year ago, and now both of them are leaving. And now the social media is running wild, like, same treatment as Andrade. It's like, don't be surprised if we will be back in AEW. Like, the same route as Andrade. And I think it's such a waste. Such a waste of potential for Aleister, because he was a top star in NXT, if you remember, the Black and Gold era. He's a Triple H guy. But I think on this one specifically, I don't think Triple H made the call. I don't think so.
Well, Zelina herself said that she got the call from TKO, not WWE. So you could think that it's TKO. It's a TKO call. Second of all, she went off on Sean Ross Sapp from Fightful. You might say justifiably so, due to the fact that he reported her release before she had a chance to say something about it. Now, um, he went on there and he didn't apologize. He said, "Hey, I'm just doing my job." But in these kind of scenarios, here's what I say: if I was at that level of wrestling journalism, okay, we're not. We're hoping to be. We're aspiring to be. We're not hiding it. And I would sit if I were to get the headline, I would at least wait until the talent itself published some kind of statement before I like announce something. Like, the only thing I think we announced on Twitter is when Nikki Cross announced herself that she had been released. We immediately shared that on Twitter, and you know, I think that's a proper way to do it.
Yeah.
Give the talent
Just
some.
kind of respect.
Yeah, exactly.
Respect the wrestlers. Like, let them do the statement of their own, and then you can report whatever you want. But
Well, I understand the field about the eagerness to get the first scoop. to be first before anyone else. I can completely understand it, but there's sometimes some scenarios that call for a different approach.
And she
So,
discovered it mid live stream.
yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty sad.
So I'm wishing nothing but the best for both of them, wherever they land up, either be it in another organization or maybe a different field. I mean, Zelina has her podcast. I think it's very successful.
Yeah.
She had a crossover a while back with Street Fighter, doing a voiceover. She has a bright future
Yeah,
ahead.
she has a bright future outside of pro wrestling. I think she will still be in that field. With Alistair, maybe AW, maybe I don't know if TNA, but
You got
depends on
TNA, you
who
got
they choose.
MLW, you got a
Yeah,
lot of companies around. I've seen that Wrestling Revolver is now about to show up on YouTube. So
Wrestling Revolver.
yeah, they're moving to YouTube. They moved from their regular platform, moving over to YouTube. So that could be a little bit promising. We'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah,
Next up, Motor City Machine Guns. If I had to estimate, I'm thinking their contract was up and they decided not to renew it. And
with
this is
Motor
just a
City Machine
guess.
Guns, with Motor City Machine Guns makes sense because once they hit WWE, the reaction from the fans was 50-50. They are the biggest tag team in the indies in TNA or any other organization, but in WWE, if you don't get a response, then you're, and I'm sorry for saying that, irrelevant. They weren't. I'm without the entire storyline with the SmackDown tag team division, they had nothing. Their potential is way bigger than to be in WWE and just doing nothing. Sorry.
It felt like from the beginning that the WWE universe didn't connect with the Motor City Machine Guns like
That's what I
people.
said.
And I'm just agreeing with you, and I think they didn't connect with them like people would have hoped. But still, they got a great push from the start, winning the tag titles like 3 weeks in, 2 weeks in. And it was a shame that that didn't develop into more prominent feuds for the tag titles on SmackDown. I mean, they could have built in more with DIY. They could have built in more. I mean, they built it a little bit when it came to DIY and the Street Profits. They had that triple threat match before Mania last year, but it just felt like the entire SmackDown division was completely underdeveloped this past year. They had like very shining moments from once in a while, like the SummerSlam six-way ladder match was insane, the TLC match, and the mini feud they had with DIY and the Street Profits, but they could have done more. They could completely could have done more,
They
and it
could have
just
elevated even that storyline more. I think since not just SummerSlam, but the SmackDown after Mania where they had the ladder match,
yeah,
which was an awesome match.
yeah.
They tried to rebuild it again in SummerSlam, but it didn't have the same effect. And I think that yeah, they were trying to put the storyline with DIY and the Profits, but something didn't connect it.
I
Still,
agree.
it didn't connect it. I don't care how much they, not me, like the fans don't care how much they are really talented in the ring and how amazing their entire wrestling career is. It's like if you're not connected to the fans, then it's kind of loses point.
Yeah, I agree. The only shame in all the one of the biggest shame in all this that they didn't make it to WrestleMania.
Yeah,
That's just a bummer.
I think they should make their comeback at Slammiversary or Bound for Glory, and then I think there will be there's TNA is their home. This is where they grew. I
Well, they
think it will
could
be
go to
most
TNA. They
most
could go to AEW if Tony Khan wanted them. So we'll just have to
oh,
wait and see.
believe me, Tony Khan is prepared with contract to all of the list.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
All right. A couple of more names from NXT. We got Dante Chen, who's like moving from NXT to Evolve. Again, Dante Chen was, I think, he's the first. I want to say I don't exactly know his orientation.
Singaporean wrestler.
Singaporean. Thank you. I didn't want to be. I didn't want to mistake on that. Here's the thing. He's there for like since what 2017, 2018, I think.
No, I think 2020 or 2021. He had his debut
2021.
at Level Up.
5 years. If you're in
Something like
five
that.
years and you're still in development and you're going backwards because you're going on Evolve, something's not right.
No, but here's the
And
thing. At the beginning, at Level Up, before there was Evolve, he was really over. Actually, the NXT crowd really loved the guy, and they thought, okay, this could push him forward. But then they decided not to do anything.
Exactly. And I'm just
He
saying,
had potential. I'm sorry, he had potential.
he had potential. I guess WWE didn't see it. Um, just too bad. And here's what I'm saying. I mean, I know that people some that might look at this as a job is like, hey, as long as I'm performing, I get a steady paycheck. I'm happy. I'm happy with my life. But no, some of these people want more. They want to be more on the top card. They want to establish themselves. They want to appear on WrestleMania. So if you're 5 years in and you're still in the developmental system of WWE, I think something's off. And
But here's the thing: there are other wrestlers who are still in development after 4 or 5 years. They haven't even thought of putting them in the main roster or even in NXT, and they're still signed. Example: Wendy Chu, Nikita Lyons, just to name a few.
Wendy Chu has been in with WWE since 2017, and she has now recently won the women's championship at Evolve.
Yeah,
I'm just mind boggled by that one.
yeah, and she had an amazing run in NXT, and then he pushed her backwards. For why?
I don't get it. Andre Chase, and and with the collapse of Chase U not once but twice, it just kind of made sense.
Yeah,
They didn't see a really good positioning for him moving forward. He wasn't gonna do Chase U in the main roster. Uh, Again, another talented wrestler. I'm hoping he's gonna bounce back on his feet. I know he's gonna get booked everywhere because he's phenomenal. I wonder if he's gonna do a different variation of Chase U in the Indies.
Duke Hudson, he's in the 80s. I don't
Yeah,
see
but
why
Duke
not.
Hudson doesn't do Chase U. I mean, he is
No, I
he
know, but
is
still,
synonymous with Chase U. So is he gonna do a Chase U on the Indies or something like that?
not specifically chase you, but it can do something like
No, I'm saying,
similar.
is Andre gonna do a different variation of Chase U in the Indies, or is he gonna do like completely different, go to the completely different way?
That's here's the thing. I can't imagine him in a different gimmick.
Well, he was in a different gimmick before this, so I'm guessing he
Do you
has to do
remember what
something.
his gimmick was?
No, because I wasn't familiar with the guy like before that.
Exactly.
So, all right. Another bummer, Elba Fire. And with that, they just basically almost ended the Secret Harvest. I mean, Piper Niven is still under contract, but she's right now recovering from neck injury, or neck surgery, if I believe. And again, Elba Fire, phenomenal, awesome wrestler, talented wrestler. They
Total
never, they
waste.
never gave her a shot. They never gave her a chance.
Total waste. I
Yeah.
think that they dropped the ball the second they changed her name. Even she tweeted it. Kaylee Ray can beat up Alba Fire, just saying. Something like that. Kaylee Ray, if you watched her from NXT UK, she's an amazing wrestler.
Yeah.
She's great on the mic. And it said that her name was changed. Yeah, she had a feud with Mandy Rose, which was okay, but then afterwards, yeah, she was attacked with Isla Dawn, and then with the thing with Chelsea Green, but her potential was wasted by creative, and that's a shame. I loved her in NXT UK, and if you ask me, if Tony Khan will sign her as Kaylee Ray, she will shine. She definitely deserves it.
She does deserve it. And hoping nothing but the best.
Yep.
All right. Final names, Kyrie Sane, and right now I know there's a gigantic outrage from fans.
Yep.
They are hijacking posts everywhere from WWE. They want Kyrie back, and I wouldn't be surprised if Kyrie would actually gets re-signed because of this. It happened before with R-Truth. I'm thinking they might do the same with Kyrie because Kyrie has been a prominent character ever since she got back. She has been involved in one of the most major storylines this past year for the past 9 months. She is developing PTSD because Oscar keeps screwing at her, and we're not gonna get the ending of this. I don't see
Nothing.
it.
The people wanted to see that turn on Oscar, and then poop, no, she's released. Like, why?
I have a
Why?
feeling that I have a feeling that maybe peer pressure, maybe fan pressure is gonna make them sign her back. Maybe.
Let's see. But I'm not optimistic because if it's a TKO decision, wow, that's a bad one.
What's the difference with that between the R Truth? Same deal. If the
No,
fans if the fans
no,
can
but with
get
our truth
outraged
is the contract was
again,
not
I
renewed.
don't know what's the reasoning behind Kyrie. Maybe she wasn't. Maybe it's the same this scenario. But the bottom line is, if there's a fan outrage like they did with R Truth, they're gonna do the same thing with Kyrie. Because if people go to bat for Kyrie, they'll get her back. That's all I'm saying.
Let's see how it develops. But yeah, if it's a really that's one of the name that really surprised me from all the list, even more than
Just
the Wyatt Six. As well, yeah, the entire Wyatt Six has been released as well.
and this is what makes me think that this is a TKO decision because if it, I don't think Triple H would actually say, I've been doing this storyline for the past 9 months. Let's get rid of Kyrie. We don't need her. We don't need her to finish the storyline that she's involved with. No, I really think this is a TKO decision, and they're looking at numbers. They're looking at stats. I don't know exactly what numbers they're looking at. Just maybe the worth of the contract, maybe, but it's just I'm dying to know what is their mindset when it comes to for people departures and releases and then what and all that because some of these decisions are just insane. And the last one, the biggest one, the entire Wyatt Six family, the entire faction, Bo Dallas, Uncle Howdy, Joe Gacy, Nikki Cross, Eric Rowan, and Dexter Loomis. And this faction has been mistreated and misbooked and misunderstood ever since the debut. The only thing good about this was the debut. They had an amazing debut when they showed up, with them killing everybody. And it is astounding to see that they had no idea how the hell to book this act.
Yep.
It's insane. You could have done a million things with them. But here's the main point because if you didn't feature them as a high profile act in the top tier, what the hell are you doing? Why
Yep.
kill everybody off when they're in their debut? They could have done so much with those guys. And it
Yep.
really breaks my heart because people were behind them, even due to the fact that they stuck them in very very bad storylines, and to no fault of their own. They had potential. They had the crowd behind them. They had the ability to generate the exact same vibe as Bray Wyatt and the Wyatt family did. But no, we're gonna stick him with a few of the Final Testament that goes nowhere, and then we're gonna end it prematurely. Send them to SmackDown. We're gonna have them win the tag belts, which was a very good move. Then stick them with a feud with the MFTs for 9 months over a lamp, and then just end it. This is
Yep.
so frustrating.
Yep. Totally agree. I think they jumped the shark the second they revived Chad Gable. The second they revived Chad Gable is what 48 hours after their debut. After that, you haven't saw them in who knows how many months. And the people wanted Alexa Bliss to join them. That didn't happen. And I think since then they just got lost in the shuffle. And yeah, the storyline with MFTs didn't do well for them as well.
Listen, it's
So
like it's like when you write a script for a show or a TV. You're building up your script with characters. You can't tell me that you have these characters and you don't have an end game. You don't have a plan for them. Because if you're
yeah,
giving us a new character on television, you gotta have some kind of a plan for him. You can't just say let's wing it. Let's just do the debut. Let them kill everybody, and then we'll just wait and see. This
yeah,
is
it happened with other factions. By the way, it happened with you. If you remember Sanity from NXT, major potential, ruin it
yeah.
completely. Final Testament had great potential, but didn't work. Like the only faction that you can think about that they think of that really had their success, were Judgment Day and Bloodline. That's
Yeah.
it. That's a shame. I
I'm,
hope they will move forward. I know Nikki Cross will retire, I think, from pro wrestling because She studied. I think she has a PhD right now, and she's focusing on that. I don't remember which field.
I think
Uh,
I think Alex Shelley's working on his master's degree or maybe a third degree, and Apollo Crews also has a master's degree, so I think they'll be fine.
yeah, I know,
But
I know. Nikki Cross, I think she will continue with her wrestling career.
yeah,
Dexter Loomis, I hope he will because his potential is great. So does Joe Gacy. Rowan, I think right now by what's his name? The son of I forgot the name. I'm sorry.
who?
I forgot his
But Brody
name.
Lee, Brody Lee
Brody Lee.
Jr.
Yeah, so Brody Lee's son just had a match with Joey Janela, which
Yeah,
was an awesome match.
Meltzer
Wait,
said Meltzer said that Brody Lee is a better talent than the entire NXT roster. Are you kidding me?
how old is he?
Thinking 15, maybe 14,
15, something like that.
maybe.
So if Rowan wants, he can join Brody Lee. Brody Lee's son can be like his father figure some sort.
I just saw a
And
video. I just saw a video that he uploaded of like a fire brewing. It's like it looks like Eric is gonna come back as Eric Redbeard, and we'll see where it goes. But still,
Bo Dallas, I have no
um,
idea.
now I know people are saying stuff like, Bo Dallas should have a job for life, and I don't know about that, but they they really missed the boat with the White Six faction. They could have done a whole lot more. It had an attraction at Universal Studios, and you can't like catapult on that.
By the way, you know that Bo Dallas Taylor Rotunda, he did like a documentary with Bray Wyatt that they're going to this haunted places around the world, caves
Yeah,
or something like that. I haven't saw them yet, so maybe you can do something to continue that.
maybe.
Maybe.
Well, I wish nothing but the very best for each one of the names that departed WWE. It's really heartwarming and reassuring to see that they get a lot of support from fans, each and every one of them. And I'm just waiting to see where they're going to turn up next.
Yeah.
So that is.
Hi, Tony Khan.
All right, from there, we have seemed to have been given some kind of hints that an old friend might rise from the dead. Nafar, who's coming back?
Could be. Depends on how you interpret it. But Lucha Underground just tweeted a video of someone with the mask, with the Lucha mask, and they could be hitting a return. What do you think?
Well, I think if it does return, it's going to be interesting because number one, people think that AAA owns Lucha Underground. They do not. Okay, AAA doesn't own Lucha Underground. It belonged to the El Rey network. The whole thing got terminated. One of the reasons for that was that they had very, very binding contracts that didn't allow superstars and wrestlers to appear in different promotions while the show was being filmed and taped, which is insane. So I don't know exactly how is it going to work this time, but in recent years, MLW has been doing their own version of Lucha Underground. It's called Lucha Azteca. It's not exactly the same, but it's kind of reminiscent of what that was in sort of a way. So maybe it's connected to MLW, maybe not. I'm just if it's as good if it was in the first season, bring it back. Can't
If
wait to see
they're
it.
not owned by anyone, definitely.
We'll just have to wait to see for the official announcement, and if they are collaborating with any other wrestling organization. I'm guessing MLW, but we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah. And also, we can also now confirm that Evil officially signed with WWE.
Evil is signed with WWE. Tony D'Angelo has been getting packages with with Japanese on them, so I'm
Yeah,
guessing
that's
it's
it.
him.
Yeah.
Um, I wonder what he's gonna be called because he's not gonna do the Evil moniker.
Give me other
Sinister,
names for Evil.
Sinister. Could he be Mr. Sinister? Are we getting a crossover with X-Men? Yeah.
I don't know. Let's see.
Well, all right. So, WrestleMania. There's a lot to talk about. we're gonna give you like an overall review, what we thought about the event, talk about a little bit of a couple of words about all the matches that happened during that glorious weekend. Then move on to Raw, talk about the highlights from there, and then from there we're gonna move on to SmackDown. So first of all, WrestleMania 42 Night 1. It sucked. Wow, what a letdown. I mean, it didn't totally suck. It had like a couple of good moments, but the overall consensus is like if I had to grade it, a 4 out of 10. Your thoughts?
I'm sorry, we'll have to agree. I think that all the matches were cut short, except the main event. It's relevant for night two as well, but night one, it felt like everything was rushed. It was all rushed, and the most annoying part, and that's relevant for both nights. If you're right now in the stadium and watching WrestleMania, for you it's fine because you can go to the restroom or to go to buy drinks and food and etc. For you it's fine, but millions that are watching at home that have to deal with maybe an hour and a half of commercials. Like, the entire WrestleMania show was mainly commercials. And I'm sorry, it sucked. I don't care if we're the deal with ESPN or not. I want to see, like, straight up everything and not shoving me commercials, like, every single time. I'm not talking about the ads where you see Solo and you see Miz. Like, the break, like, the 4 or 5 minute break that you have on Netflix, for example, you have it here. Like, I don't want to see that. I want to see WrestleMania full. It ruined my experience. Like, people are watching it live and they're tired because of the commercials. Now, for those who watch it on Netflix, you probably just saw videos back to back about Hulk Hogan's series that is right now on Netflix, which is, by the way, not bad. But, okay, I'll return to night one. I think, like, the matches they had amazing potential, but because of the time limit, they weren't slick. So, even the main event, like, we'll discuss it. I will give it an overall score of 3 out of 10. I'm sorry.
Well, aren't you harsh?
I'm really harsh.
All right, so let's go for bullet points. Number one, John Cena is the greatest WrestleMania host of all time. He did a tremendous job. He didn't talk too much. He did exactly what he was supposed to do. He had an excellent suit. It was funny to see him walk to the ring and not run. And the only thing if there's a little critique I have to say to him is the fact that he said it's time to step up and deliver, not stand up and deliver. And then he goes to see Shawn Michaels backstage. What the hell, man? It's stand up and deliver. You just ruined my catchphrase. You just ruined our name with a PLE. Anyway, never mind. All right. The first match was LA Uce versus iShow Speed Vision. And the first thing, I swear to God, I was dying. The Usos changed their song again.
No.
How many times?
No.
Listen, how many
No.
times? Listen. How many times are they going to change the goddamn lyrics for the same freaking song? It's insane.
Forget about that. If you hear them sing, it sounds like, okay, I thought they were on a concert, like, in their entrance ramp, but no, that's how they recorded that song. It's like, it's in me, and you hear the song and they were like, they're too tired to sing their own entrance theme.
They were drunk.
What
They
was the
were
problem
drunk.
of giving back their day one-ish theme since WrestleMania 39?
No, because now you have 5 like remixes and variations of the same goddamn song. First it was down
more?
since day one-ish, and then it's just me Us, and then they did it's just us Us, and now they're doing it's just you and me Us.
For the love of God.
This is
Bring
so
back
funny.
the day one-ish and that's it. Like, why do the whole remixes? Come on, guys.
Oh my
Make
God,
it
it's
better.
funny. I can't wait for the album. Anyways. Yeah, so an opener, good match, nothing to it. The faces win. Logan Paul is upset with iShow's speed. They did a good job. And then the ending, he did a face turn. He climbed up the turnbuckle. And then you can see the entire stadium holding up their cameras. They gotta film this. It's awesome.
Obviously.
And Speed jumps from the turnbuckle onto the announce table, crashes down on Logan Paul. Yeah, it was fun. Good opener. I mean, for what it was.
They ruined the storyline with iShow Speed. I'm sorry. I hated that.
Of
You
course.
had a storyline with the Usos and Logan Paul and Austin Theory. basically the tag team title storyline. LA Knight has their own storyline with Division, and then all of a sudden, oh, let's bring Actual Speed so he will be the spotlight on that match. What
If
for?
I would have changed one thing, is I would have changed it into a triple threat tag match for the titles and had the Usos versus the Vision versus LA Knight and ISO Speed and have
No,
LA and Speed win the match. I swear I would have done it.
no, because he don't need Actual Speed. I'm sorry. He can be
No,
talented and all
here's
that,
the
but
thing.
he's a
Here's the thing.
celebrity part. I'm sorry, he
Listen,
wasn't
listen, listen.
relevant to the storyline at all.
Listen. I am playing with the cards I'm dealt. If they tell me you gotta put ISO Speed in this match, this is what I would have done. And people would have either hated it or people would have laughed at it, but at least it would have made the match more interesting because LA is now beefing with the Usos either way, and then you have ISO Speed that he doesn't want to be the bad guy, but due to the circumstances, he was the bad guy. So why not turn this into a triple threat tag team? That's all I'm saying.
I think Actual Speed should have been out of this
All right.
rematch for the titles.
Here's the thing. We didn't want ISO Speed in this, but here's the thing. He's in this. So what do you do with the guy? You
No,
put him
but
in the same
still.
scenario like they did, or you don't put him in something more interesting than that. All right.
Or you can do, you know what? Let's do a YouTuber match of Actual Speed against Logan Paul. Just saying.
Who to watch
Or
that?
replace Actual Speed with Bad Bunny.
If I wanted to watch a YouTuber against a YouTuber, I would have watched Wrestling Revolver.
There you go. You can
Oh yeah.
upload it on YouTube.
No offense, you guys. Love your work. Okay. Second match. What a disappointment. Drew McIntyre versus Jacob Fatu. First off, I love the tribute to Contra. I'm guessing he did a tribute to Contra, his faction in MLW with the army suit. But here's the thing. I was hoping for pandemonium. These guys were tearing each other apart these past couple of weeks. And then they come to this matchup, an unsanctioned match, and it's like, let's just do a couple of stuff and that's it. No, you need to beat the living hell out of each other through the entire stadium, as far as I care. And it was like, really? This is it?
That was the problem because their matches were cut short because it wasn't the main event. This match was less than 20 minutes. I mean, I didn't
You
expect
could
like
do.
an AEW unsanctioned match,
Listen,
but
listen.
still,
They had more than 10 minutes.
they had less than 20. That's the
Still,
point.
listen, less than even 15 minutes. It's like it's years in wrestling terms. They could have done a whole lot more, but instead it's like Jacob did the fast start when he jumped through the ropes onto Drew, and then they had like a regular wrestling match, and then they started using a couple of weapons, and I'm like, no, you need to like tear each other apart. And that's the thing that really bummed me about the match. There was supposed to be more pandemonium, and they could have done it without even with the time constraints. So
They couldn't. Yeah.
I'm saying they could. All right. Third match, the four-way for the women's tag team titles. We had Charlotte and Alexa Bliss. We had Bailey and Lyra Valkyria. We had Here Comes the Jackson, Here Comes the Lasher, a tribute to Demolition by Nia Jackson, Lash Legend. And then the fourth team, there were rumors that were circulating that Nikki wasn't cleared to compete. So maybe the Kabuki Warriors, maybe Julia and Kiana James. No, bottom line was it was Brie Bella, and they called an old friend, which was Paige. Now, in the end, they actually won the match. And here's my thought on this. I'm happy for Paige. I'm happy she got her WrestleMania moment. But I've been on record on this, and then this is what I said, that I I didn't think that the Bellas should have won this match and take away that moment from a more established team in the now in WWE. They could have done the Page return after the match with, let's say, Nia and Lash retaining, attacking everyone, and then Page clearing house. I don't see this working long term for Page and Brie Bella. Just for the moment, just for this WrestleMania moment for them winning the tag titles, I think it should have gone to a different tag team. So,
Yeah, I will agree with you on that one specifically. First of all, the entrances, Alexa's butterfly thing.
wow, Alexa was
Awesome. The moth was a tribute to Bray Wyatt. It's pretty understandable.
Alexa was beautiful. I'll say it.
Yeah, the gear was amazing. And Charlotte Flair
Wow.
was like, I have bigger wings than you. Feels like she came out of a rave, like a Zora or something. But Nia Jax, she lost tons of weight. She looks amazing,
Yep.
hands down. Really, the match itself, I felt like they didn't want to do the match. There was lack of chemistry. There weren't moves
I
that were
actually,
done properly. That's what I think.
I actually beg to differ. I actually think that even due to the fact that throughout the past weeks we have seen the same goddamn matches, and we've seen some matches that were very, very let's say for a better word, we'll say bad, and some matches that were even better. This match was actually really good because I thought there was actual chemistry between all participants. I really thought
Not
that
quietly.
I
Like
actually
if you
thought
really look
I
at it on the
actually thought they
details,
gelled
it's
really
like
well.
there
Yeah.
were moves that didn't work smoothly, and some of them like it felt like they didn't want to be with that specific opponent. Like something was off in that match. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't good either. It was like in the gray area. That's what I think. The
I
potential was
actually think
amazing, but
I actually think they did a better job than I thought they did. I thought this match would be a mess, and I actually think they actually pull it off. So that's my funny.
and regarding the results, yeah, we'll agree with you. What you said about the balance and with Page, I will agree with you. But yeah, I personally think that match could have been greater if also I think match should have been greater. That's it. I think it was in the gray area.
All right. Becky Lynch versus AJ Lee. First of all, nice playback.
Oh my god, it was embarrassing for them.
Yeah.
For Wonder Years. He knew that he didn't knew he had to sing. You hear the man is come around, he jumps off, wasn't even on the beat. Like, why not do Motionless in Why Did WrestleMania 40 and really sing? I felt bad for them and for Becky.
Okay, here I go into rumor circulation. I have no idea what is the exact reason why they did a playback, but I'm going for rumors. Rumors said that every time he goes and sings live, he starts blabbering nonsense. And if you know exactly if you know exactly his background, you know exactly what nonsense he is saying while he is singing. So
Political nonsense, you mean?
so they didn't want to take the risk, and that's why they did a playback. That's the rumors. It's only rumors. I'm not confirming anything. I'm just addressing rumors that I've read online. That's it. Now, as to the match itself, here's the thing. We saw the match at Elimination Chamber, and then AJ wins, and then everybody's like, "Wait, why did you win? I thought we were doing something in Mania." And the rumors said, "Yeah, they're doing the rematch in Mania, but it's gonna be something different. It's gonna be something even bigger, something better." We got the exact same thing, except with different result.
Yep.
The match wasn't that great. Again, the more interesting story is Becky Lynch and Jessica Carr. Now I want to see Jessica Carr versus Becky Lynch.
Exactly.
And AJ was just there. So,
Yep.
and like John Cena in WrestleMania 39, she disappointed a lot of kids when she made her entrance. They were crying at WrestleMania 39 when John Cena lost, and now those innocent girls are crying because AJ Lee, their hero, lost with Becky Lynch. Good
Did
for
you
you.
notice that one of the little girls that came with AJ when she entered, she was like, "I'm going back. I don't want to be here." But yeah, I will agree with you. Jessica Carr was the main spotlight in that match. And I thought it would be some physicality that is not just, "I'm going to push you." I wanted to see more from Jessica Carr. If you're hitting the iron while it's hot, do something. And yes, for those who don't know, Jessica Carr wrestled in Evolve. She's not
She's
bad.
still wrestling on Evolve. I saw her like a couple of times, but I haven't seen her
I
like
haven't
lately.
followed Evolved, but
I saw her in the beginning, but I haven't seen her later since.
yeah.
But she is training. I'm guessing she is training to have a match with
Yeah.
Becky against. Because if she's not having a match with Becky, what is the point in all this? What are we
I'm
doing?
dying to see that match. Becky Lynch, Jessica Carr. Make it happen. That's it.
You see that the most awaited storyline in the women's wrestling is the referee versus the Intercontinental
Yeah.
champion. This is insane.
I'm just wanting to
All
happen.
right. Next one, Gunther versus Seth frickin' Rollins with a smoking jacket and black eyes. Match of the night for me. This
For me
match was way over delivered because due to the fact that this match was not even supposed to happen, and they actually came up with this match at the last minute resort, We should have gotten Braun Breaker versus Seth. I think it surprised a lot of people. The Seth and Gunther have a great chemistry together. They stole the show for night one, and in the end, I think we all called it. Braun Breaker runs at the speed of light, like a flash, and he runs over Seth Rollins, and of course Gunther gets the win. In the end, again, at the speed of light, Braun Breaker runs the entire platform and hits Seth freaking Rollins. If he would have hit him like direct on, he would have broken him in half. So
Yeah.
yeah,
So luckily he didn't do that. He
exactly,
slowed down a bit before the spear, but
exactly.
he did a wise move for not injuring him completely. Yeah, I will agree. This match saved night one. Amazing match. Their chemistry was great. Everything there, even though it was an impromptu match, it was awesome. I mean, I don't have other complaints than that. And yeah, Braun Breaker was also an ad, like a bonus.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So we're still getting the Braun Breaker Seth Rollins storylines. When we'll talk about Monday Night Raw a little bit, we're gonna address that one. Then we get the presentation of the 2026 Hall of Fame class. So yeah, of course, Stephanie McMahon, AJ Styles, Demolition, Sid Vicious, Psycho Sid, of course, Bad News Brown, and Dennis Rodman. Am I missing something? No, I think that's it. Yeah,
Dennis Rodman, Stephanie McMahon, AJ Styles, Ben News Brown, Psycho Sid,
and
and
Demolition.
Demolition. Yeah,
All right.
that's it.
The next match for the Women's World Championship, Liv Morgan versus Stephanie Vaquer. How the hell is Liv not sitting on cue in her playback? It's
Give
a
me your
goddamn
opinion
playback.
about her song. Give me your opinion about her song.
At first, I thought it was atrocious, but after listening to the song for about 30 times, it's kind of catchy. It's kind of
Yeah.
gross on you.
It gives me Lindsay. I said it over and over, but it gives me a Lindsay Lohan vibes in the mid 2000s. It's like really like 2000 pop.
Yeah,
So yeah, it can
it
be
grows
catchy.
on you.
Like
It's
if you
catchy.
hear
I
it.
like the song. Yeah, I like it. So yeah.
And her entrance was pretty much Britney Spears in the VMA 2000s.
Pretty much. I think it's
Yeah.
it's like copy paste, but she did a good job. The match. The only bummer about this match is it was extremely short, but apparently the reason it was short is because of both women's injuries. Liv, of course, became a unicorn with that horn growing out of her head, and Stephanie was also was a little bit beaten up, of course. So they had to cut the match short, and then we had the interference of Judgment Day, which in turn caused the distraction. Liv Morgan wins the title. This is like the only negative point on this match. It was short. I understand why, but the best thing about this is that the people want more. They want to see these two go at it again. I'm on record on saying that I think the feud between Liv and Stephanie has been the most physical and the most violent feud between two female wrestlers in history. The way Liv and Stephanie beat the living hell out of each other in the past couple of weeks, I've never seen anything like it, and I'm just dying to see the rematch. Bring it on.
Regarding the match that was short, I don't know for how long Liv Morgan was in concussion control. I will give her a good I'll give her a compliment because throughout the entire WrestleMania weekend, she wasn't with makeup on. She wanted the people to show her bruises. That was it was excellent by her part.
Yeah.
But here's the thing regarding the match and regarding the injuries. I know we will speak on Raw later on, but her match with Soul, the Raw after that, please.
Yeah.
I don't think it was just the injuries. I think because of the main event that followed. And John Cena afterwards is announced.
Well, it could. Well, here's the thing. Wait a minute. It could be, but here's the thing. The day afterwards, Stephanie didn't wrestle, and Liv did. So I'm guessing the time constraint approach could have been because of Stephanie. That's why the match was cut short because of injuries sustained by Stephanie for the past couple of weeks.
They didn't report anything about an injury from Stephanie. They reported on Liv, but not on Stephanie.
Well, I do. I also remember that Stephanie was injured. For I remember back in a couple of weeks ago that she was injured, and that's why they had to delay the match with Raquel Rodriguez.
And
What?
you saying the ankle injury?
I think the ankle injury was one of the reasons. Yeah.
No, but she was cleared. She was cleared after that. Then she had matches. But with
Well.
Liv, yeah, I'm sure she was in concussion control. By the way, so does Roxanne. But she had a match, an excellent match on Monday Night Raw. So I don't think it has anything to do with it. The
Well,
match was less than 7 minutes. It could have been something much greater. I know right now that the storyline is not over between the two, so I hope we'll see something way more interesting in that storyline. Like, I thought maybe we'll see a turn if we saw Roxanne and Raquel there, but nothing happened. They just
maybe.
interfered and Liv won, like that. But I'll have to give also kind words to Stephanie. She was smiling the whole time. During the entrance ramp, when Alicia Taylor announced her, she couldn't hide the excitement that this is her first WrestleMania.
Yeah.
It was shown. It was really cute, really. But I think this match, it needs to be a rematch, and it needs to be a whole way longer and way more potential than this one.
Well, we'll have to wait and see. John Cena announces the attendance record, 50,816. Bianca Belair returns and announces she is pregnant, so now we have 50,817. Mazel tov to Bianca Belair. Congratulations on her pregnancy.
Yeah.
Um, I saw a joke that says every time that someone is in a triple threat match with Io and Ripley, they get pregnant. So we got Naomi,
Here's the
now
thing.
Bianca.
They said about the same thing that women got pregnant after they had a feud with Asuka. And now they're saying it on a triple threat.
Awesome.
It's funny.
Why people say that Carmelo didn't have his WrestleMania moment? He was in a vodka commercial with Hacksaw Jim Duggan and Cody Rhodes.
Oh, and Solo Sikoa
So
for DoorDash.
yeah,
It's just a shame
gotta-
for Solo
you gotta be
Sikoa.
kidding.
He doesn't, like, I think it's the fourth or third WrestleMania straight he doesn't have anything. And he got a commercial.
Solo, the only thing closest he had for a WrestleMania match was when he was accompanying Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 39.
That's it. And 40. But yeah.
And 40, and then he left, and then he came back and okay. Main event, WrestleMania Night 1, Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton. Now, I have a lot to say about this match, but I'm going to give you the floor first. Your thoughts on the match? What exactly happened there? And Pat McAfee.
I'm going to say, some would say annoying fact, but it was a fact. Pat McAfee got to the ring first. He got his own entrance music. He walked along the entrance ramp. He flipped the middle finger to everyone at presence. He cursed live. He cursed fans. He said the F word and etc. Any other normal wrestler will get censored. Pat McAfee wasn't censored at all. Not with the middle finger and not with the F-bombs. He wasn't censored. I think that's TKO's decision. Forgive me.
It's
That's
a privilege.
TKO's decision. Far none.
All right.
Now, Randy Orton's entrance, oh my god, that was slow. That was slow. His entrance music was heard twice in a row. But it was on purpose. Cody Rhodes' entrance, beautiful. Beautiful entrance. Is this showing his gear since his debut to 2007, so now, loved it. Then Pat McAfee gets involved, Jelly Roll comes, and Jelly Roll does the only thing no one succeeded to do the entire night, and that's break the announcer's table with an elbow on Pat McAfee. That's what the people wanted to see. Pat McAfee getting beat. Okay, let's put that aside. The match itself, actually, obviously, they were focused on Randy Orton's back because a night before, there was reports coming out that Randy has a lower back injury. Even Michael Cole's mentioned it during the match. Some people think it's a work, some people think it's a shoot. We don't know, but they focus on the back. It was really slow at first, but then it developed well. Like each other wrestler doing their own finishes, and it continued well. And then Pat McAfee comes back as a referee, and he did a slow count, a really slow count for RKO. I think it was on purpose. And because, any other referee that combined with someone is like 1, 2, 3, that's it. But he's like 1, 2. It was on purpose. And then he got RKO'd, and then Cody retains, and then the pun that broke Cody's eye. The finish was not bad. If I want to see the storyline continues, I think Randy Orton deserved the 15th. Eventually, I wanted it to be at WrestleMania, but they wanted a different way. I think it will be, if not Backlash, then SummerSlam. I think that Randy needs to get the 15th eventually. The storyline with Pat, useless. Sorry, utter useless, and that's it.
All right. There's a lot to say about this match. And one of the things I have to say about this match is the fact that I think it looked like it was written by five different people, five different producers, because I couldn't understand a goddamn thing they tried to tell us with this match. First off, we got the Pat McAfee thing, and he attacks Cody Rhodes at the beginning with Randy Orton. Cody does the comeback, and then we have Jelly Roll squashing Pat McAfee for a table, thus taking them out of the equation. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe they finally listened to the fans, and we're gonna get the match we're supposed to get. Then there were reports before the event that Randy Orton is injured, and then during the match, Orton injures his back, and then we have Cody, who is battling his inner demons and his inner conscience, starts working on the back of Randy Orton. But here's a big issue: it didn't look like that because the minute Michael Cole addressed the rumors about his injury, I knew that the injury that Randy Orton sustained during the match was kayfabe. It wasn't real. If they would have just shut their mouths, not report on anything, if this would have happened authentically, maybe it would have been better received by fans. Thinking about, okay, now Cody's doing a bad thing because he's working on his injured back. Because it wasn't created organically, I couldn't really understand it as part of the story they were trying to tell us. From there, after Orton does his comeback, we have the match people wanted to see. We've been waiting for this for 20 years. Then, RKO to the referee, low blow to Randy Orton. Pat freaking McAfee comes back as a referee. Can he do that? Who made him a referee? It's like, was it the contract he signed on SmackDown that nobody talked about what kind of stipulations does he have? So now he's a referee. He counts to two. Orton then RKO's McAfee for why? And then Cody wins the match. And then after the match, Randy Orton hits Cody again. And we get an ending to an episode of Monday Night Raw instead of ending to a WrestleMania. Completely weird match. They completely dropped the ball, in my opinion. Is Randy Orton going to get this 15 championship? Yes, he is going to become a 15-time world champion. If it's going to be in Backlash or if it's going to be in SummerSlam, I don't know. I'm thinking Backlash maybe. But the bottom line is, they completely screwed up this match. I didn't understand at all what exactly is the story they're trying to tell us. And it's a damn shame because this match was built to be told. This match wanted to be told by two guys with so much history between them. And it's a shame that it came into this blunder of a match.
I think if it wasn't for Pat McAfee or Jelly Roll or at all TKO's intervention, this match would have been way different.
According to reports, both Pat McAfee and Jelly Roll approached TKO, whoever is in charge over there, and told him, "Listen, yeah, we want out. We don't want to be there. We hear the negativity of the fans. We don't want to ruin it for them. So just take us out of the match." So that's why they did the segment in the beginning. So if that's true, why did Pat McAfee came back later on in the match?
Exactly.
Stupid.
Yeah.
So that was night one. Let's move on to night two. If night one was a 4 out of 10, I have to say night two was a 7 out of 10 for me. A much better night two than night one.
Way better.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. People, after night one, they already compared it to WrestleMania 27. I think they knew they had to deliver something way bigger than that, and they delivered it in night two, 100%. So 8.
Yeah. All right, so night two began with Brock Lesnar versus Obafemi, and there's only one thing I can say to describe this match. This match was perfect. This match was exactly what it was supposed to be. They couldn't have done it any better, and the right person won. Your thoughts?
Obafemi walked like this the entire entrance ramp.
That's insane. Great cardio.
I'm applauding Obafemi, guys. At the pop that this guy got, oh my god.
Wow.
This pop was amazing. Amazing. I thought for a second it's gonna break character.
Maybe.
But yeah, it was a 4-minute match. He didn't need more than that. I thought it would be a squash, but he didn't.
He
On
literally
point.
squashed Lesnar. I mean,
No,
everything that Lesnar threw at
they had
him.
back and forth. They had it back and forth, but it was on point. It was on point. It was past for me. It was passing the torch from Brock to Oba. It was well shown. Even when Oba came out, he walked back to the entrance ramp. He did his salute to. He put the hat on to Brock Lesnar, and then if you want to talk about what happened afterwards.
Lesnar's in the middle of the ring, sitting there crying. The crowd, of course, applauds him, and then he starts taking off his gloves, taking off his shoes, and the crowd just, oh my God, is he retiring right now? And he's like, yeah. Brock Lesnar apparently retired. Takes off his shoes, takes off his gloves. Paul Heyman's in tears. Brock Lesnar's in tears. He's signaling this is legit. Big hug, and the crowd is on their feet, applauding this man. 25 years, 24 years in the business. Brock, what a beast.
But here's the thing. There are reports circulating the last few days that within WWE they believe that Brock is not retired yet.
I think they were trying to build him up towards SummerSlam with the whole Gunther thing, but maybe Brock did a Brock. What Brock does, Brock doesn't care.
Yeah,
He
but
could
here's the
come
thing.
back.
SummerSlam is in his hometown, so that's like the weirdest part. Like, if it's okay to retire at WrestleMania, but you didn't want to do it in your hometown.
Just to be clear, Brock Lesnar lives in Saskatchewan, Canada. He
But
was
he's
born
from
in
Minnesota.
he was born in Minnesota, but right now Brock Lesnar lives in Saskatchewan. But again, if Brock wants to do SummerSlam, he will do SummerSlam. But right now, it doesn't look like he wants to do SummerSlam. So it's gonna be funny to see how exactly we're moving forward towards SummerSlam, and if Brock actually shows up.
Let's see
if he
how
doesn't-
Gunther will get his favor.
Oh man! All right. The ladder match. Javon Evans, Rey Mysterio, Penta, JD McDonough, Rusev, and Dragon Lee. First off, Dragon Lee is literally becoming a dragon in front of our eyes. With each passing week, he has the scales, he has the wings, he's gonna grow a tail, he's gonna breathe fire. Dragon Lee is becoming a dragon. For real. Now, as for the match, wow. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Your thoughts?
First of all, for those who are watching at home, not those who were in the stadium, you came back from a commercial and you already saw Dragon Lee, Rusev, and JD McDonough in the ring. Why not giving them entrances as well? Like, seriously.
Because they're
that's a shame.
horrible people.
That's a shame.
Because ESPN are horrible people.
Rey Mysterio with a tribute to Deadpool. Javon Evans with a tribute to New Day. And Penta with a tribute to Mortal Kombat. What's the name of this character?
Shao Kahn.
Shao Kahn.
Yeah.
He walked really slow. I think the gear was heavy for him. The match was great. Rey Mysterio is in his 50s and he's the shape of his life. He was amazing in that match. Especially in that spot where Penta threw him to sit down at Rusev at the ladder. It was amazing. I know that people will talk about it, but there's that spot where Javon Evans was going to do the cutter on Rusev. But here's the thing. I think it's because of the length of the finisher of the move itself. So Rusev was trying to pull. He was leaning forward to receive the cutter. But the problem is, you saw that. They could have, for those who are watching at home, they could have cut it like in a different angle or wait just a milliseconds.
The problem was the problem was the ladder wasn't positioned correctly. If the ladder was a little bit closer, then Javon would have hit it perfectly. The only problem was that when they saw that Javon wasn't going to reach the ladder, Rusev improvised and then he jumped off the ladder to make the cut. So,
yeah, he wanted to sell the cutter. But yeah, it was because of the distance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Javon can jump, but he can't jump like all the way from the other side of the ring. So, in the end, Penta wins the match and retains the Intercontinental Championship. Was it the right call? You might say it was, but people thought Javon would actually win this one. So
no, haven't thought in a second that Javon would win this match.
All right.
I thought if someone else would take the title was either Ray or Dragon. But Penta retains. I'm okay. I'm okay with that
Man.
decision. And
Sami Zayn versus Trick Williams. Trick with the heaviest jacket in the world. Wow, just looks horrible.
no,
It looks
it looks
horrible.
uncomfortable. They really put in that veil with a dress with his coat, and you saw it mid entrance. Trick was like looking backwards like several
How
times
long
because he
is this
didn't want
thing?
him to fall off the coat. Like you could have skipped it. You could have passed it. He didn't end with a coat. He didn't need anything else. Also, big pop, just like Oba. That was great.
Big pop. The crowd was completely behind him. Little Yachty does a very, very good job. You know, people are talking about the hate for celebrities in wrestling, but I think actually Little Yachty does a good job. He does exactly what he's supposed to do. As for the match, an okay match. Trick wins. Everybody's happy. Yay!
Yeah, that's it. Congrats.
Dominic Mysterio versus Finn Balor. First of all, the entrance for Dominic. Wow, what a king. What a guy. Awesome.
Yeah, those
Awesome
who were
entrance.
following him, they are wrestlers in WWE. Some of them are evolved, some of them are in the developmental. Like you have plenty. I tried to recognize, I couldn't find one because of the masks. The mask was tribute to who exactly?
De Santos
The Santos.
was
Okay,
one of the biggest luchadors
because it also
in
looks a bit like Demolition Mask, like Lash
a
and
little
Nia
bit.
did.
A little bit.
Similar.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, and Finn Balor's entrance. I have to say, the only thing that bumped me was it was at daylight because it's an open stadium, and you see like the glass ceiling, glass
Yeah.
windows, and it was daylight in Vegas. If it was at night, and you see the whole stadium goes dark, and then you had that entrance, wow, that entrance was perfection. The daylight ruined it. I think the daylight completely ruined it. And yeah, there was all the strings that fell off and Finn trying to pull them off.
And
Yeah, and
Instead of a Demonito, we had a Stickanito.
yeah, I know. I also wanted Demonito to be here, but the demon Finn Balor is like a horror, like that's called a horror gimmick, and Demonito is a comic gimmick. And you saw it only once with his feud with Mr. Iguana, Layetska, and Triple H, so I hardly think they will create with the WWE, but I wanted to. But regarding to the match, they announced like a few hours earlier that it's going to be a street fight.
Yeah.
It was okay match. I think it wasn't bad. Yeah, I like Drew and Jacob was gray area. I won way more. The right guy won, but I expected way more.
I thought it was decent. I think it was a little bit better than the Jacob McIntyre match. Again, I'm not a fan of the demon character, and I really hoped that at least if he's bringing that thing in, change it up, man. Do something different. No, the same routine, same color, same makeup. You could have done something way, way better, in my opinion. But it is what it is. Demon Balor wins. Now, apparently, they're going to have a rematch with Finn Balor instead of the Demon, so we'll have to wait and see. Okay, who the hell is Adam Weitzman? And how come he was sitting ringside at the announcer's table? What's the deal?
A billionaire that just paid for that spot?
So now we're just selling seats in the ringside. Okay, fine. I'm gonna save up. I'm gonna save my money, and next year at WrestleMania, I'm gonna sit in ringside. I'm gonna sit at the announcer's table next to Michael Cole and Barrett, and I'm gonna announce a match because I'm gonna pay for this. Just weird. Jade Cargill versus Rhea Ripley. They had a way better chemistry than everybody thought they were. They did. A good match. One of the Jade Cargill's best showings to this day in WWE. Even though I think most of her matches in WWE were actually really good. She did the One-Winged Angel. She has now renamed that move the Silent Storm. Too bad, too bad Ripley kicked out. But in the end, the baddies interfere. Io Sky gets a WrestleMania moment. And Rhea Ripley wins against Jade. I'm against that decision, but you know, it's Ripley. Mommy's on top. We all get it. Okay, fine.
Okay. First of all, the entrances. Jade's entrance. Only the gear was beautiful. The gear.
What
the
exactly
entrance
was
like,
that?
it's like a goddess thingy.
Yeah, you
It's
think?
green.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Not last year she did Storm from X-Men, but here's like
Yeah.
something divine, something. It was beautiful.
All right.
Rhea's entrance. It's the third time in her entire WWE career that she wears white. The first one was against Charlotte Flair 36th. The second one was against Zelina at Backlash in Puerto Rico, and this is the third time.
All
Beautiful.
right.
It was refreshment to see something that is not black and purple.
I
It
heard
was
the
refreshing. I
reports
loved
that
it.
I heard reports that the attire was something of a symbolic in nature. Was it it pertains to her rivalry against Jade? Something personal that she was experiencing?
I have no idea.
All
But
right.
it was beautiful nonetheless. I think that match specifically, it's making me believe that the entire, let's say, beef that we saw on social media between the two was a complete kayfabe.
Could
Their
be.
chemistry was awesome. Their match was amazing. Rhea put Jade completely over in that match. By the way, the One Wing Angel, the what's the name of
Silent
that move again?
Storm.
Silent
Silent
Storm.
Storm.
So Kenny Omega said that he was flattered.
Oh,
Just saying, Kenny Omega said that.
good for him.
But you know that Lyra Valkyria has the same move. Nightwing. Not
The
a word from Kenny
Nightwing
Omega on that
is
one.
not. Nightwing is not exactly like the One Winged Angel because she doesn't have her sitting on her shoulders and then dropping her. She's like she's
It looks similar to Nightwing. It looks
it's
similar to
similar, but
One
it's
Wing
not
Angel.
exactly the same thing. But yeah.
Yeah,
All
but
right,
still, but
so afterwards, you got John Cena announcing the attendance.
wait, I
50.
wasn't finished. You cut me off.
Ah, sorry. I fucked up. Okay, go ahead, go ahead.
I didn't have a lot else to say, but
No, go
it
ahead,
was
go
a
ahead.
great match. Obviously, the baddies were involved. Io, because we need to give her a spot at WrestleMania. And then that sequence in the end where Rhea is going to Riptide after she went away from the
Awesome,
Jaded, and then
awesome.
she's a champion. Great finish. Yeah, was for me the result was predictable because yeah, like you said, she's the top star. They wanted to see something different other than Jade retaining, so I understand the move. That's it.
John Cena announces the attendance for night two, 55,255. Overall, 106,072. Pretty pretty amazing number to actually reach that due to the fact that about a week and a half ago they were nearly at 80,000. So astounding. Completely astounding. Um then we have The Miz and Kit Wilson interrupt them. They want their WrestleMania moment, and then we get Danhausen with a bunch of midgets. Now
Thousands.
you can't yell me at that because that is what they want to be called, but do it by Michael Cole. They pick a fight with Miz and Kit. Kit pushes one of them. They dogpile him, and then Danhausen hit Miz in the balls, which was funny. He does a five knuckle shufflehausen, approved by John Cena, and one of the funniest segments I've ever seen. on
Yeah, after
WrestleMania.
that, the small firework, and then someone yells, "Get out! Get out! Get out!"
Yeah,
And John Cena's like,
funny,
"What?"
funny, funny. Awesome Danhausen. Main event: CM Punk versus Roman Reigns. First off, Roman Reigns is back with his old entrance theme. Love it.
God.
I
Thank
hated
God.
the new one.
I love
Eh,
the old one. I loved it when it came back to the original one.
Thank God. Then we got CM Punk with first off a music video, music entrance video of him doing his old theme song like he did back at one time only of in the AEW. Miseria Cantera, I think the name of the song is.
LFI, no?
A5, Biduk, A5. And then when he comes out, he has a white jacket. And on the white jacket, there's a lot of tributes to people and pets that are no longer with us. Of course, Larry, Harley Race, three people that used to work backstage in WWE. I forgot their names. And Bo Lauder, a podcaster from the world of metal. So, a very, very touching tribute by CM Punk with the jacket. Then we get to the match. A lot of people had a lot of praises for this match. I am also one of them. This match was awesome. The ending where CM Punk is just exhausted was a little bit, I don't know, kind of baffling because he was on the offensive, but I get the story. But the bottom line is, I think the right person won. Roman Reigns should have won the title. Awesome match and a great way to end WrestleMania. Your fault.
First of all, did you notice that when both Roman Reigns and CM Punk made their entrance to the ring, the cameraman was like, you see on the camera, You see Roman's face or CM Punk's face, like looking straight into the ring. Behind them, a fan with a sign of Zebros. That was
Brilliant.
amazing.
Brilliant.
Regarding the match, I was surprised for the best. I was surprised for the better. This match, their chemistry is amazing. It was almost like almost 40-minute match. It was amazing, top to bottom. It was amazing match. They worked perfectly well together. Regarding the results, the only reason I agree with that is because what Roman Reigns said on the post show. Oh, because I'm a part-time? Oh, I'm going to fix that. You're going to see me till the whole summer. Only till SummerSlam.
Roman Reigns announces he is full-time towards SummerSlam. So that's going to be interesting. Let's see who he faces along the way. And he's already announced,
That's all it is.
and he's already officially announced today by Triple H to be in Backlash Tampa, even though he was challenged on Monday. So yeah, so now it's official.
We're just getting there, so yeah.
All right, so yeah, WrestleMania Night 2 did not disappoint. Completely compensated over Night 1. Stop doing that. Just make sure both nights are good. All right. We're moving on to the Raw after Mania. I'm just going to hit the highlights. We're not going to talk about the entire show. The biggest points of the show. Number 1. Does Green Shirt Guy has a faction now?
That was amazing.
There are 10 people on the front row wearing green shirts. Is he doing the NWO? Is he taking over? I just want to know.
GWO. No. GSO. Something. Green Short Order.
The Green Shirt
GSO.
Order. GSO.
GSO.
All right, here's the highlights, the biggest points of the show. Number 1, we have a call-up. Ethan Page is he's Raw. He's Raw Elite. Ethan Page has finally made it to the main roster. He's a part of Monday Night Raw. He had a good debut match against Javon Evans. With interference by Rusev, he wins the match, and then Rusev decimates Javon and Penta. I'm thinking we're looking towards a fatal 4-way match between all 4 participants at Backlash.
Yep.
Not a bad deal.
I love Ethan Page. He's such an amazing character.
Phenomenal.
He's excellent on the mic. He has it all. I'm glad he's got the call up. I just really hope he won't be lost in the shuffle. I really hope.
It all depends on him and exactly the booking committee. But as we've seen by the departures, they know exactly what they're doing. So, Ethan, I'm giving my fingers crossed, dude. Liv Morgan with a promo, the greatest champion of all time. And Sol Ruka, another call-up, as is challenging Liv for a match. They have a match, good showing, and then Zarya attacked Sol Ruka, allowing Liv Morgan to win the match. Of course, then on the NXT, Zarya defeated Sol Ruka, almost killed her. But yeah, Sol Ruka is also called up to the main roster, and she'll be a part of Monday Night Raw. Joining them is Joe Hendry. And that's a shocker because a lot of people speculated that Joe Hendry might be showing up on Smackdown due to reports that USA Network wanted Joe Hendry. So, no, he's going to Raw.
I'm okay with that. But I have one critique.
Sure.
The graphics for Monday Night Raw, then you see they're doing a really close-up on the wrestlers. You see Joe Hendry's close-up, and it was like, dude, zoom out. It's fine. Even Corey Graves was shocked.
Then we have a promo by Division with Paul Heyman and Logan Paul and Austin Theory. They call on Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker for the promo. Seth Rollins shows up, almost ends Braun Breaker career once again when he hits him with the chair, not on his back, but on the back of his head.
Yeah, he was. It took me a second to understand how he got so much blood. It was insane.
Unbelievable. Luckily, I'm thinking Braun Breaker's okay. Then the Division attacks Seth Rollins, and then we have a trade because the Street Profits are now on Raw. And they're helping Seth Rollins, they're attacking the Division, and maybe they'll finally get a proper title reign if they beat Division for the tag titles. I'm keeping my fingers crossed for them. So yeah.
But I also have to say, amazing transformation in such a short time for the Street Profits. They uploaded a picture of them on social media, if you remember, you saw there was a picture of them on the NXT house show
Yeah, yeah, a
when you
couple of
saw
months ago.
Montez Ford gain a little weight, and he took it all out in 8 weeks. He
That's
was
right.
back to his original shape in 8 weeks. Like Montez Ford, if you hear this, I want your what's your workout program, please.
All
That was great.
Another highlight from the show we had let's see. CM Punk talking about his loss, saying, after all the losses I've been suffering recently, losing the world title is not that bad. I mean, I can win the world title back. I can't get those people back, the people that I've lost. Cody Rhodes shows up saying to Punk, so you don't feel like a loser? And then Punk's like, well, I'm supposed to feel like a loser? What are you talking about? So basically, they're teasing a match between each other. Hell, Cody Rhodes said to Punk, just say when. I'm guessing if it's not going to be in Backlash because of Orton, maybe they're building it towards SummerSlam or later on in the year. So, yeah.
Crown Jewel.
No, Crown Jewel should be champion versus champion. So, if
Ah,
we're,
okay.
if we're getting Crown
No,
Jewel this
I
year.
forgot. I
So,
forgot. But
and
I
Night of
think
Champions. So, yeah, it could be.
I have a question. Do you
Sure.
think that it will be the same fate for Cody Rhodes on this feud? If it will happen, that means CM Punk will kick Cody in the balls and do a heel turn.
Um, no, I don't think so, but I really think that Cody and Punk might face each other in Night of Champions. Maybe if Cody's clear by then, we'll have to wait and see. I don't think they're gonna drag this out until WrestleMania next year. I don't think so. As to the balls thing, I think he's not gonna. I think he's not gonna kick him in the balls. I mean, Punk is more diverse than that.
Oh, wait a second.
Ripley and Io Sky say their goodbyes because now Ripley is officially on SmackDown. Io stays on Raw, and then as she turns away, Liv Morgan tells her, "I guess we'll be seeing you." And of course, Liv Morgan is the World Heavyweight Champion. Ripley's WWE Champion. So if they keep those titles, they might face each other once again at Crown Jewel. So that might be
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah.
Then after that, we get a promo by Roman Reigns. He is asking the Usos to once again build the bloodline. They say, yeah, it's like yes, but not really. So we don't really know. And then Jacob Fatu moves from SmackDown to Raw, challenges Roman Reigns, and Roman Reigns says, "Oh, take a week to think about it, and I'll come back to you next week." So yeah, we're probably getting Jacob versus Roman Reigns in his first title defense at Backlash.
Yeah, there's
Awesome.
one thing you missed.
Tell me,
One
tell me.
thing you missed.
Go ahead.
And that was in the beginning of Raw.
Yeah.
Obafemi walks out. He's receiving all the chants from the crowd. And then he says the ruler has arrived and leaves. Now, if you remember at the WrestleMania post show, he twinked at Roman Reigns. So I'm trying to understand, okay, you're trying to develop the storyline with Jacob Fatu, fine. What about Obafemi?
Wait, you gotta build it up. I'm thinking Alba wins King of the Ring and Night of Champions, challenges Roman Reigns at SummerSlam. If that's my guess. If he wins, that's the bigger question. We'll just have to wait and see.
I think so. I think they will give him something like similar to what he's running NXT, like an undefeated streak. I think they were going that direction with him.
Listen, Roman Reigns, sorry, Alba Femi should not lose for 2 years. He should remain
I said
undefeated on the
undefeated
main
streak.
roster. I'm just saying,
Undefeated streak.
and I'm agreeing with you. Roman and Alba Femi shouldn't lose for the next 2 years. Let him ride, and then find someone to beat him, but not in the next 2 years. Keep him undefeated. Don't touch him. The only two mistakes they did on NXT is they made him lose. One to Tony D'Angelo in that hardcore match, and the
The
other
North
one for
American
Ricky
title
Saints.
match, yeah.
And the other one for Ricky Saints. Two meaningless losses. They put a blemish on his career. He should not lose. He shouldn't.
No, the Tony D'Angelo part, the loss with Tony D'Angelo was necessary for him to go to the main title. So I'm okay with that
Lose
loss.
the title in a triple threat. Don't get pinned.
But the loss to Ricky Saints was done for
Stupid.
nothing. Was done
Stupid.
for nothing.
Yeah. It didn't do any favors for Ricky Saints. He's now on. Now he's moving on. We're going to talk about it in a second. But Again, Alba should not lose. This character should not lose. This guy should be built as an unstoppable force for the next 2 years. That's it.
So
All
I'm
right.
just waiting to see how it will be with women. That's it.
Okay, SmackDown highlights. Number one, we got a new Women's United States champion. My apologies. Tiffany Stratton defeats Julia, and now we're getting teasing from Julia and Kiana James of them breaking up because somehow Julia is upset with Kiana James. I don't know why. That's just weird.
Here's the thing, but right now, after that loss, there's going nuts on social media that they're concerned that all Julia will take the cut.
Well,
I hope not.
I don't think so, but it hasn't been announced yet. So we'll have to wait and see, but I don't think she's getting released. I'm just guessing. So Jacob Fatu shows up for the promo, talks about facing Roman. The Usos shows up, and they're trying to convince him not to face Roman. And I'm like, why? Are we doing
Did you
this
notice
again?
that their promo was heel-ish?
Yeah, they turned on the crowd. They're saying,
Yeah.
don't listen to them. Don't listen to those whatever idiots or whatever. And I'm like, what's going on? Why are we back to the bloodline? Are we doing this again? And then the other bloodline, the MFT shows up, and they're like, don't listen to them, listen to us, because we know better. And then Jacob challenges Solo to a match. Tama Tonga says, why are we even doing this? It doesn't make any sense. We don't care about this guy. He's a lost
I'm
cause.
sorry. You know what the first thing that came to mind?
Yeah.
It's the Usos versus the MFTs, custody of Jacob Fatu in the steel
Jacob
cage.
Fatu in the steel cage. Awesome. Just weird. And the end of the night, of course, Jacob wins against Solo. And all
Then he
right.
does the splash on Tongaloa. Yeah.
Tonga fumbled again. The guy's a legend. The guy's a
The
legend.
original tribal chief Tongaloa.
Original
But
Travis.
here's the thing. Is Jacob Fatu is on SmackDown or on Raw?
Now
That's the big question.
now he's supposed to be on Raw.
You
If he
sure
showed
they
up
think that
on
was
Raw,
his last SmackDown?
I'm guessing that was his last SmackDown, and he's supposed to move to Raw from next week. And that's my guess. Now, call-ups for SmackDown. Like I said, Ricky Saints is moving up to SmackDown. We got Fatal Influence, not just JC Jane. There were rumors that maybe she would be called up, but luckily they called up the entire faction. I'm happy for them. Immediate impact. Attacking Charlotte, attacking Alexa, attacking Brie and Paige, and then afterwards she was facing off of Ripley. Shame on the crowd for not allowing JC Jane to get one word in the promo. I was so
Okay.
pissed off on that.
No, so here's the thing. First of all, the Fatal Influence has done the entire episode. They were the main highlight for this episode, and I'm so happy for all three of them.
Yeah.
Really. Regarding JC Jane and the fact that the crowd booed her for not talking, first of all, I'm happy that she pulled it through.
She held
She
her up.
pulled it
She
through.
held her up.
She is a pro. I love her. And also something to think about. It's better to have be booed rather than not having a reaction at all. So JC Jane is doing something right.
I'm kind of conflicted on that, but I'm just hoping that next week they will allow her to do a goddamn promo. Because again,
No, she will receive the same reaction from the crowd like Dominic Mysterio when he did a heel turn. It will be the same.
well,
So
we'll have to wait and see.
I think, but again, she pulled it through. All three of those women made the entire SmackDown episode. They did an amazing impact, and I hope they will keep running with it. I just hope so. They were amazing, top notch.
Great debut for Fatal Influence, all three women. Also, we get the announcement that Blake Monroe is getting called up because the only woman in history that gets buried in one show and then gets called up on the other. This is awesome. She was literally buried on Tuesday on NXT.
You know what? But you know what? The timing. If that promo for Blake Monroe was aired straight after Tiffany's interview after she won the title, that would have been epic. Why? Because I think feud between Blake Monroe and Tiffany Stratton can be amazing.
I think we're going there. By the way, I hated the disrespect for Brie towards Tiffany. When Tiffany won the title, she had an interview, and then it was cut off because of the entrance of Brie mode. And I'm like, okay, so what? You're gonna challenge her? No, she's just like, yeah, good for you. Get out of my way. And Tiffany's like,
Here's the
fine, I'm just
thing.
going backstage. What the hell is that?
Here's the thing also with the Bellas that after their win at WrestleMania, they posted a photo of themselves with Paige and AJ Lee, calling them the Four Horsewomen, the original Four
Complete
Horsewomen,
BS. No one called them that
Bailey
ever.
again, and Bailey was like, "What?
Complete
Why?
BS. Complete BS. This is
Why the disrespect? Why?"
because that's the Bellas. The Bellas
Oh my god.
disrespect. All right, so we got the call-ups. Whatever still happened in the show. Oh yeah, Web Hop retains the tag titles, thus literally killing the entire tag division on SmackDown. We had Danhausen beating The Miz with, with another awesome match.
You saw the video package that Denhausen was at Miz's house
I hear that. Wait, does Miz? Where does Miz live?
in Vegas.
He moved to Vegas because he lived
Yeah.
in the. Yeah, okay, so that makes sense. So he went to his house and he starts playing with his stuff and he steals his slammy and then Maurice comes home and then Miz throws cocoa flour
Powder,
on her,
cocoa powder, I think.
cocoa powder on her face. This is so stupid. And then Miz steals her kid's bike, her little kid's bike. Not Miz, sorry, Danhausen steal her bike. This is
I have to say two things.
yeah.
Regarding the video package at his house, the only thing that was missing for me was a background noise, like crowd reaction or music, something like that, because it lost the effect for me. It was it was good as for what it was, but
I think
it
the crowd was
was
still
missing.
laughing at that, so that's just my opinion.
And the match with The Miz, I'm sorry, but it happened with Kid Wilson last week, and so the same now. I think it's a matter of time if they will continue with that shtick that Kid Wilson will be legitimately hurt by those fireworks. It was really, really close to Kid Wilson. I'm scared that one wrong move and he will be outlined, be really injured. And you see those like, dude, be careful, especially if he's near that. That's it.
Oh, hopefully they'll make sure nobody gets injured in the next stunts they do with the fireworks.
I hope so.
Um,
That's what I'm saying.
yeah, a great promo by Cody Rhodes, still showing that the crowd's behind him, and also he is literally taking shots at TKO, saying you've done this 3 times and you failed miserably each and every time. Knock it off. And I agree with him. Just knock it off. And I think that's pretty much it for what the big issues that happened on SmackDown. Did I miss anything? No?
Trick Williams with a gingerbread. Okay.
Oh yeah, the gingerbread shtick. Of course, Sami Zayn dressed up as the gingerbread man attacking Trick Williams. Trick crowds entirely behind him except for one point when he said he's going to abolish the U.S. title open challenge. And the crowd was like, boo! And he's like, no, listen, because I'm Trick Williams. I'm Lemon Pepper Stepper. I don't have to do the open challenge each and every week, which I kind of agree. I mean, I it could be the workhorse title. You can bring it back every time, like in a later date. But for Trick, he doesn't need to be the open challenge guy each and every week. He needs to be more
Fine.
of a special attraction. And then Sammy attacks Trick and Lil Yachty. The crowd boos him. And then the thing that just makes
He high fived.
it makes me laugh because he does the reveal. The crowd boos him. He's like, "Why are you booing me for?" He just attacked
No,
me
he didn't
people.
say that. He was like having the time of his life. And they didn't see like giving high five to the fans
No,
in the
but
front
at
row.
the moment of the reveal, when he takes off his mask, the crowd boos him like tremendously. But then he turns to the crowd and he goes, "What? What?" And then he starts dancing. So that's kind of so. Are we playing the story that Sammy doesn't acknowledge the fact that he's a heel now? So he's regressing. So
I don't know because he was high fiving the people, high fiving the
he
people
high
on the
fived two
row.
kids. He high fived 2 kids.
No, the entire row on the entrance ramp. He high fived everyone.
I don't
So
know.
I don't know.
It
He
seems
was a
to
face when
me most of the people hate Sami Zayn, and they react to him as if he was a heel, a full blown heel. The crowd was very sympathetic towards Trick. We'll have to wait and see in the next couple of weeks what happens. But
Yeah, also you had a little segment with Worskies and Solo Sikoa, Solo wanting to join the family. Not gonna happen.
yeah,
And one thing that wasn't aired, but people that were in the arena filmed it, they aired a vignette of the YA6 hours after they were released.
unbelievable.
Why?
Unbelievable.
That was
Well, once again, WWE shows no remorse when they do their departures and stuff. All right. So that was SmackDown. That was the entire WrestleMania week. Overall, couple of highlights up here and there, but I don't know if I might say it's a disappointing feeling. I mean, the Raw after Mania was okay. The SmackDown after Mania was also okay. But I think the biggest blemish they had to do this week was the whole departures. Like the timing. You couldn't have waited for just one more week. You had to do it on WrestleMania week. I mean,
they
God.
usually do that around Backlash, even after Backlash.
Yeah, they didn't want to wait. It's a physical year. We have to do our taxes. So we have to
Oh
get a tax
yeah, but
write off on that.
now here's a funny
Unbelievable.
thing. Now, interesting thing.
Yeah.
I know that we're talking right now about WWE, but you saw the rankings of the matches. You had two matches this entire week that received a 5-star match. The first one was Roman and Punk. The second one, surprisingly, in AEW, Darby Allin and Tommaso Ciampa, which was an amazing match. If you watched Dynamite.
I haven't watched it yet, but I heard that the match was phenomenal. Yeah, sure. Darby Allin wins the title and Tommaso Ciampa gets the first crack. Of course he's going to win the championship.
It was a great match.
I'll,
It was
I'll
really
give it a
great.
watch. I'll give it a watch. So yeah, hopefully if the ceasefire still holds, we'll be back on probably a weekly basis with our reviews of the world of wrestling from WWE to AEW and all that. We just wanted to focus this episode on the entirety of the WrestleMania week and of course the departures from WWE. Once again, I am wishing nothing but the best for all those who have departed WWE. And I just can't wait to see where we're gonna end up next, either be it in other wrestling promotions or in a different genre altogether. So that is it for this week. So thank you, Nafar, for joining me. Thank you, all of you, for watching us and subscribing to our channel. And we'll be back soon with more wrestling reviews from Clothesline IL.